fiery horse, the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger. The immense natural resources of the western United States brought wealth and security to many of the early settlers, but to have was not always to hold. Outlaws robbed and plundered, and no man's life or property was safe. It was then that the masked rider of the plains rode in the cause of justice, and it was he, more than anyone else, who finally brought law and order to the frontier. Now return with us to those thrilling days when the West was young. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver! We're heading for the gold country around five corners. Hi-yo, Silver!
Old Ben Battle had been known for years as one of the unluckiest prospectors in the West. He had spent his life searching for gold, but though unsuccessful, he remained cheerful and active, his courage giving him youthful strength and hope. One day, the citizens of the town of Five Corners were startled to see old Ben ride down their main street, shouting at the top of his lungs.
I found it! I found it! Oh, there, hold on, hold there. 30 years I've been looking, and I found it at last.
What is it, Ben? What's happened?
What's that you're carrying, Ben?
You striking rich?
Come on inside the cafe, fellas, and I'll tell you all about it.
I want to know what it is.
Right now, I'm the luckiest fella in the state. Yippee, fellas, look here.
That ain't old Ben Battle. Say, what's the crowd following you for?
I struck it rich, Barkeep.
You found a good claim?
No.
Then what do you
Just
mean?
run your eyes over this.
Gold!
It's
gold!
Pure gold. That's a chunk from a bar of gold.
It's been smelted.
Where in thunder did Ben get that?
Quiet down there, you fellas. Quiet down. You ain't been holding anybody up, have you, Ben?
Not me. Here, look what's stamped on that gold.
Let me see.
What's it say?
Go on and tell the sheriff, Barkeep.
Why, it looks to me like it's got 2 T's stamped in it.
You mean like initials?
Uh-huh, but I don't...
Leaping Mavericks. TT. Treasure Trove. I'll bet them initials stand for the old Treasure Trove mine.
Treasure Trove? Is that it, Ben?
Yes, sirree. That there's part of a gold shipment's been lost for almost 50 years.
I'll bet 1,000 fellas have looked for it without finding it.
And it took me to do it.
I ain't never heard of no Treasure Trove mine.
You ain't.
Gosh, Barkeep, I thought everybody knew about that. It was owned by a fellow named Jake Adler.
He used to smelt his own ore and then send up a mule train to the coast.
Yeah?
But once he sent a shipment, they disappeared. No one ever knew what become of it. They wouldn't figure anything, but maybe a landslide covered it up.
Couldn't it have been Injuns?
But there weren't no Indians around at the time.
And nobody ever seen hide nor hair of anybody that was with the gold. Not even one of the mules.
And that's the gold you found, Ben?
Yep. I was just coming back over the old trail from Custerville. Man, was it hot. My horse just moseyed along. Doggone you, lazy hide. Keep it going there. I get off and walk to make it easier for you, and you mosey along slower than ever. Now get along, Gretchen. And no back talk neither. There now. See what you went and made me do? Nearly broke a leg all on account of... Now, what? Whoa there, whoa. Whoa. Well, that's a funny-looking rock I just stumbled on. Queer sort of shape now. Let me have a look at it. Hold still, won't you? Now, hold still. First, you want to stop when I want you to travel. When I want to stop, you want to travel. Now, let me pick up that rock. Yeah. I wonder. Now, where's that hammer I had long? Here it is. I'll just chip off some of the dirt on the outside. Well, I'll be... Jumping juniper, a gold bar. What's it say there? T.T. Treasure Trove. This is part of the gold from the Treasure Trove mine, or I'll eat my pick and shovel. Now we're heading for town, and we're moving fast, or I'll lambaste your blasted stubborn hide. Now get up there. Come on, get along there.
Well, I'll be doggone.
You staked your claim, Ben?
Well,
what?
Maybe I was a bit hasty when I said I'd found the whole shipment. What I meant was I found this here chunk of gold, and I'm darn sure the rest must be somewheres about.
That's a little different.
The gold wouldn't belong to you anyhow, would it, Ben?
And why wouldn't it?
Well, this Adler
Shucks,
fella...
he's been a long time dead. He never had no kinfolk.
Oh, it'd be Ben's, all right.
But where'd you pick up this chunk?
Why, it was over by the...
Darn fool.
Huh?
Don't be telling. Somebody'll beat you to it.
Golly, I never thought of
You
that.
already said too much.
I come close to it, maybe, Sheriff. I was so all fired excited I wasn't thinking, but...
You said too much. Because now, how are you going to go back without being followed?
Oh,
Every
Sheriff.
cook in the territory will be here to watch you.
Sheriff, I wish you'd take a hammer and pound some sense in my head. I must have gone clean loco.
Ben, you got a heart as big as a cow, and more doggone grit than any 20 other fellers. But when it comes to playing your cards close to your belt, you let every feller in the game read your hand.
Oh, this is awful.
You wait. When this news gets around, then you'll find out just how bad it really is.
Come on, Ben. Tell us where you found it.
Don't hold out, you friend. Where was your last trip?
Ben, give us a tip.
Hey, Ben.
Come on, Ben.
I ain't saying a thing. And I'll camp right here in town before I let some buzzard rob me of what I found.
Where was you, Ben? Now, don't hold out on it.
The sheriff had prophesied correctly. The news of Ben's discovery spread like wildfire, attracting the attention of honest men and outlaws alike. The Lone Ranger and his faithful Indian companion Tonto also heard the reports. They knew Ben deserved whatever good fortune came his way, and determined to help him if they could. In the meantime, however, an outlaw known as Smoky Joe had made certain plans. We see him now riding with some of his men.
This is the only thing we can do, Hawk. That old fool ain't going to stir out of town as long as he figures he'll be followed.
Right him, Smoky. He'll wait if it takes a year.
But I ain't going to.
He'll talk when we get our hands on him.
I didn't want to do it this way, but we ain't got no more time to waste.
Yeah.
Only trouble is, if we make him talk, we got to get rid of him.
We can't leave him live to tell the sheriff who done it.
That's what I mean.
But it's worth doing something for all that gold.
Uh-huh.
Where do you figure on keeping Ben when you get him?
We'll take him to that old cabin back in the woods.
Yeah.
And if he does any yelling, nobody'll hear him.
We're passing Ben's shack right now, ain't we?
We just ride down to them trees, and he won't see us when he comes out from town.
Just about do, ain't he?
Yeah.
How's this?
It's good enough. All right, fellas. Rein up and keep out of sight.
Sure thing, boss.
Ho there. Ho there.
Ain't he likely to hear the horses?
Ah, not with them riding as fast as he always does.
Smoky, there's somebody coming now.
Can you make him out?
No, it's too blame dark.
We'll know in a second.
Keep quiet, you fellas.
I see him, Smoky. That's that chestnut horse he rides.
Get along there, boy. Get along.
Grab him, fellas.
Yeah, get him.
Hey, what the...
Hold on there.
Get the reins.
Smoky
Joe.
Stop your horse, Ben.
You crooks, out of my way.
What's it? He's going for his gun.
I ain't afraid of a pack of yellow outlaws.
Put down that gun.
Yeah, oh.
I winged him, boss.
Last time maybe you killed him.
He ain't hurt much, Smokey. Just grazed his shoulder.
I'll live to get every one of you.
We'll see about that.
Boss, let's get out of here. Maybe somebody heard the shot.
You got his bridle?
He won't get away.
Then let's travel. Get up there. Come on.
The outlaws, with old Ben as their prisoner, raced to the cabin in the forest. Throughout the entire rest of the night, they questioned him, but he refused to tell them anything. They rested during the day, but the following evening the brutal questioning began again.
Talk, Ben.
Ain't.
It'll be the worse for you if you don't.
Where'd you find that chunk of gold?
There's a gold head.
Where's it hid, blast you? Where's it hid?
Hawker will beat it out of you.
Talk.
You're wasting your time.
Why, you stubborn old fool.
I'll see every one of you hung before I'll talk. I wouldn't tell you nothing no matter what you did. You can hit me and you can beat me up. I won't talk, and there's no way you can make me.
Now, wait, boss.
Yeah?
Let me handle this.
What you want with the old maverick?
I'll find a way to fix him.
Go ahead. I'm riding back to town. Folks are most likely talking because Ben ain't been around.
Yeah, huh?
I'll take the rest of the boys and show ourselves in the cafe so we won't be suspicious.
Me and Hawk can handle things.
See that you do.
We've been too easy on him. But we ain't going to be no longer.
We won't be gone more than a couple hours. Get your saddles, fellas. We're riding to town.
All right, Ben. It's just 3 of us now.
You dirty skunk.
The boss is a mite squeamish, but I ain't.
And you'll find it out right soon. If I weren't tied to this chair...
You'd do a lot, wouldn't you?
I ain't so young no more, but I'd show you fellas a few tricks.
Only it's us that's going to show you a few things.
I'm giving you one more chance. Where'd you find that chunk of gold?
I ain't saying.
Well, of all the stubborn mavericks I ever run up against, this fella takes the cake.
We give him his chance. Get that poker.
Yeah.
Stick it in the fireplace so it'll get red hot.
I'll do that.
You're beginning to get the ID, Ben?
You'll pay for all this.
I fixed it, Hawk.
Good. Now we're...
What was that?
Somebody firing at us.
There he is. It's a fella on a white horse.
We got to get him.
How about Ben?
He's tied up. He ain't going to run away.
Well, then come on.
Get your horse. We'll ride after him.
All right, hurry up, Hawk. Come on, get in the saddle. Are you ready?
Yep. Come on. Get up. Get up there. Get up.
You all right?
Huh? Who's there?
Me come, help you.
Gosh, a redskin.
White friend, get outlaw way. Tonto come, get you.
You'll have to cut these here ropes. They got me tied up like a calf for Brandon.
Me, cut rope.
But how'd you find me?
Tonto follow trail. Find where bad feller get you. Then trail you here. And there. You free now.
I don't know who you are, but by golly, you and that friend of yours are sure pards of mine from now on.
You hurry.
Where are we going?
Take you to find gold. Outlaw not catch us. Here, pay horse.
You mean we're going to try and outrun them crooks?
Paint horse plenty fast. You mount him.
By golly, I'll chance it. It's the only way I can ever get to that gold without being followed.
That right. Get him up, paint horse. Get him up.
Hawk, look. There goes Ben riding a horse with an engine.
Hey, we've been tricked.
Yeah, Ben's got away.
There ain't no use chasing him. Look at that horse travel.
Yeah. Oh, and look over there.
Huh?
There goes a fellow we was chasing afore.
The curtain falls on the first act of our thrilling Lone Ranger drama. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. And now to continue our story. The Lone Ranger and Tonto, accompanied by old Ben Battle, who had found the treasure trove gold bar, left Hawk and his companion far behind. At the cafe in town, Smoky Joe talked with an Indian guide.
Black Wolf, you're just the feller I need.
Huh?
I've heard all about you. They say you're the best Indian trailer in these parts.
Me follow trail plenty good.
And from what I've heard, you don't mind making yourself a little cash on occasion.
You give 'em me cash?
It just depends on you.
What you want 'em?
I reckon you've heard the talk that's been going on around town, ain't you?
You mean talk 'em gold?
Sure. And I got a scheme to get that gold.
Huh?
What do you say you throw in with me and my boys? You can trail old Ben when he leaves town to go back to where he found that treasure trove stuff, and we'll help ourselves to it and give you all the protection you need.
What you pay 'em, Black Wolf?
You'll get your equal share with the rest of us. Well, what do you say?
Me not know.
You gotta. Just think of all the firewater you could buy with your share, Black Wolf. More than you ever seen before.
Black Wolf, do 'em.
Good. I thought you would.
Hey, Hawk!
Let's shake.
Hawk!
Hey, what are you doing
Ben's
here?
got away.
Blast you, keep your voice down. Say Ben ain't in the cabin?
No, an engine and a masked feller got him.
You blasted fools!
Yeah, we couldn't help
The
it.
minute I leave you, everything goes wrong. And they ought to get me some fellas I can depend
Oh,
on.
but even...
Shut up! We're riding out to the cabin. Black Wolf, you come on in after us. It looks to me like we can put you to work before we figure it out. Of all the blasted idiots I ever seen, you fellas are the worst.
Oh, but Smokey, how was we to know there was a redskin with that masked fella?
You didn't have to know it. All you had to do was to stay with old Ben like you were supposed to.
Let ourselves be shot at.
I'm blamed sorry he didn't hit you.
Ain't nobody seen nothing of Ben since he got away?
Of course they ain't. Him and them other two fellas lit right out for the gold.
What are we going to do now, boss?
We gotta get Ben back.
Yeah, but
if we don't, it means jail for us. Ben's seen us all. When he tells the sheriff who we are, we're done for.
We could light out of here.
And let the gold go?
Yeah, that's better than being jailed.
Uh-huh. I got a better notion.
What's that?
Ever heard of Black Wolf?
The engine?
That's the one.
Well, what about him?
The Redskin's as good at trailing as anybody you can name. He can most trail a hawk if you give him half a chance.
Why, thunder.
Well, where's he at?
I'm waiting for him now.
Oh, yeah?
I seen him in town this morning, and that's where I got the idea.
You talk to him?
Uh-huh. I talked to him and told him if he put in with us, he'd get his fair share.
Yeah, what'd he say?
What do you figure he'd say? That Redskin would do anything for gold to buy firewater.
And we still got a chance.
And a darn good one.
Maybe that's him now.
Most likely. That you, Black Wolf?
Black Wolf.
Walk right in. These are my pards I was telling you about.
Oh.
Black Wolf.
Well, ain't no use standing around here if you're ready to start out, Black Wolf.
Black Wolf, ready.
And come on, fellas. Some of you bring our horses around, and the rest of us will show the Redskin the marks of the horses them other fellas was riding.
All right, boss.
Just come this way, Black Wolf.
Me come.
Going to take a sided trailing to follow them tracks now.
Black Wolf, best brave all tribe. Black Wolf see where other brave blind.
Over there is where we found the tracks of the horse the masked fellow was riding. I kept the boys away so they wouldn't be spoiled. Here you are, Black Wolf. You see him?
Black Wolf see like eagle.
You figure you can follow tracks like them?
Me follow.
By golly, we ain't beat yet.
Fetch them horses.
Yeah, we're coming.
We'll head after Ben and the masked fellow without waiting.
I'd like to get my hands on him.
And I want to get my hands on the gold. Steady there.
Black Wolf, good as he says he is. We'll do both.
Black Wolf not like paleface. Him not speak big word, do little deed. Him speak little, do big deed.
Then now's your chance to prove it. Get up. Get on there. Come on.
Get him.
In the meantime, Ben Battle, the Lone Ranger, and Tonto had crossed the plains and entered the hills. We see the old man and the Indian now in a sheltered camp, close to the spot where Ben had found the gold. Ben is speaking.
Yes, sirree, Tonto. You and the masked fella got anything beat ever see.
Why you think that, huh?
Well, first off, look at the way you fooled them crooks the night you found me at the cabin. Then take them horses of yours. I ain't seen their equal since I was knee-high to a grasshopper.
Them plenty good.
And it was the masked fella's idea for you to go alone after the blasting powder we needed. He figured nobody'd be curious about a redskin.
Not right.
Then, to top it all off, your pard's gone back to see if they've been followed. He don't take no chances at all.
Oh, it not good take chance.
You're two of the squarest fellas I ever met up with. You even say you don't want none of the gold for helping me out.
No. You not pay us.
Well, I don't know anybody else that'd feel the same about it, except maybe the sheriff. Him and me have been friends for close to 30 years.
Him heap good feller.
He is that. He'd do anything for me, and I'd do anything...
You look.
Huh?
You look. There.
It's smoke.
White friend send signal.
You mean the masked fella's making that smoke?
Not right.
But what for? What's it say?
Outlaw. Feller. Follow. You.
We've been trailed.
Not right.
Oh, golly, just when I was thinking we had things our own way.
But them trail us.
And there's close to a dozen of them and only 3 of us.
That be all right.
But what we gonna...
White friend be here
But
soon.
what can he do? There ain't nothing left to do but run for it.
Him make plan.
But he's got a plan, you say?
Not right.
Well, he's done a plenty so far. But if he's thought of a way for 3 fellas to get the best of a dozen, then he's smarter even than I had him figured.
The Lone Ranger, having sighted the pursuing outlaws, built signal fires to warn Ben and Tonto. Then he hastily mounted Silver and raced to rejoin them. The outlaws, led by Black Wolf, who had followed the trail with uncanny skill, approached the spot where Ben and his friends had made camp.
We're getting closer, ain't we, Black Wolf?
Much sign now. Them not far.
Good.
I could even see the trail myself for the last hour or so.
This is the trail the mule trains used to take when old Jake Adler sent his gold to the coast. Most likely there was a landslide somewhere around here that buried the whole shebang.
And Ben had to have the fool luck to stumble onto it, after everybody else had hunted it for years.
He didn't find the whole works. He just found that chunk of gold.
Well, it must have been a piece that happened to come uncovered. The rest bound to be somewhere close by.
Yeah, I reckon so.
There, camp.
And someone's been here recent.
By golly, that's so.
You can see the ashes, and there's prints all about.
Yeah.
Here's hoping we see them before they see us.
I hope so, but
Who's that over there?
You see something?
Look where the valley narrows.
that must be a pass. And by thunder, there's old Ben.
What's he doing?
I don't know, but he ain't dodging us this time. Come on, get up there. Get along there. Get up there. Come on.
He ain't seen us.
He will in a second.
Where's the engine and the masked
The
fella?
blazing with them. It's only Ben we got to worry about. Get along there. Get along. He's seen us. We got you, Ben.
Don't run for it. I'm holding my gun on you.
Oh, there.
Get away. Let me be.
Well, so you figured you got away, did you?
You know
Look, he's been planting blasting powder.
It's all ready to be lit.
No, ain't that real nice of you, Ben? So the gold is under these rocks, huh?
No, it ain't. I was only trying...
Did you hear that, fellas? The gold ain't here, but he's setting off powder just the same. Figures he needs the practice, I reckon.
Smokey, listen to me now.
Shut up.
But
What
I
do you
want
figure we
to...
better do, boss?
That don't take no figuring. As long as Ben's got the blasting powder all set, we'll just let him light it for us.
I won't. You can't make me.
You might just as well, Ben. We know where the gold is now.
But I'm not going to...
Just take a look at this shooting iron.
You wouldn't shoot me, would you?
You'll shoot if you don't do like I say.
Oh, then I reckon I ain't got no choice.
You sure haven't.
Well, you'd better go on a ways so as you won't be hurt by the rocks when they fall.
Yeah.
But we'll be watching. And if you try any tricks, it'll be your last.
I savvy.
Come on, fellas.
Yeah.
Get up there.
Hey, Ben, I'll be aiming at you all the time.
You better hurry. I'm lighting it right now.
I'll bet he's so mad he could bust. Us finding him just when he was all set to uncover the gold.
Yeah, watch out, fellas. The blast will be going off any second now.
Yeah, we're safe here.
Now let it come.
The blast went off, and great masses of rock and earth were torn from the side of the hill, blocking the narrow pass. The outlaws watched eagerly. Then Hawk shouted,
There ain't no gold there.
Where'd Ben get to?
He run the other way when he lit the fuse.
Then we can't get back the way we come. The rocks filled up the path.
And we'll just have to ride on and find another...
Blind Canyon!
Huh?
We're penned in! We can't go back! We can't go on in the sides! It's too steep to climb!
We've been trapped. Ben! Hey, Ben! Ben!
With the outlaws imprisoned in the canyon, Ben Battle grinned and sat down to wait for the masked man and Tonto. Finally, they rode up with the sheriff, dismounted, and walked over toward the old prospector.
Are they all in there, Ben?
Can't you hear him, Sheriff?
I sure can. And they don't sound so blamed happy. Smoky Joe!
Help us get out of here!
Keep still and listen.
What do you got to say?
There's just a few things I wanted you fellows to know about. And the first is, I got some deputies coming to take you fellows to jail. And Ben and the masked fella found the gold before you fellows ever got here. Ben just pretended to be blasting for the gold so as you could be caught.
And maybe if you fellas ever get out of jail, you won't be so darned anxious to go again the Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger? Is that who the masked fella is?
You never heard tell of any other hombre that could do what he's done, did you?
By golly, I want to talk to that fella.
But I reckon you won't.
Huh? What's this?
Because he's on his way right now. That's how come I know for sure he's the Lone Ranger. He does what nobody else could do, and he never waits to be thanked.
Come on, Silver! Fella's waiting for us at Sioux Rapids! Hello, Silver!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.
You've been listening to the OTR Gold Network. Find more classic radio at otrgold.com.